I just noticed that I had forgotten or lost one of my other pieces of pattern paper that's going to fit on a pocket. So I just quickly measured it out, and I just want to cut it here. So providing I can see my line, or my little lines here. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick cut, holding it down firmly because there's no edge for me to push the paper against. Okay, there's the other line there. 1, 2. The 0 mark is where the groove in the middle is. That's where the blade will go. Oops, don't move. Try not to move it. It's kind of difficult. Sometimes it's best to even tape it down with some repositionable tape or post-it note tape. Hopefully that will fit in the corner. Okay, so I believe I've got all my pockets here, and I just wanted to show how you can make them and sort of stick them down so you'll have some space. So I've got 2 rectangular ones. They're going to go here. And around every pocket, I put a 1/2 inch sort of a border. And so you can see it's been scored here and here. So let's move this out of the way. Okay, so what I want to do, first of all, before I score it, I'm going to miter the edges. So I'm just going to cut the squares out in the corner with a little bit more than just the square to give space for when we fold it, so it won't be too much paper folded over and over. If we cut this one out, you can cut the square if you like, but usually it's a bit better to cut just a bit of an angle so that there's no overlap. Okay, and I'll do that with my other pocket. Just a little bit more here, a little bit more here. Using small scissors, it's a little harder. If you use big scissors, it's kind of not as easy, so it's good to use little tiny paper snips. Okay, just trying to get that little part there. Okay, so now we're going to score, well, sorry, now that we've scored, I actually want to burnish these score lines as well to help it to fold. Okay, so again, we're going to find where the mountain side is, and there's the valley side, and fold away. And then we can just burnish that. This helps to break the paper fibers down and just makes it easier to fold and easier to glue it onto the paper, onto the backing. So I'm going to burnish that one. We also like to put the sides in with the bottom up afterwards. It seems to keep things from being stuck in the pocket. So there's the front of the pocket. It's going to be on here like this. Yeah, so we do push the sides in and then push the back. And we will do the other one, and then we will stick them on to the back of the cardstock or of the folio. They're going to be something like this. And then we can put the pattern paper decoration on here. So again, put the sides down and then the back, and we're going to glue those down, or get ready to glue them. So gluing this little tab and this tab, and you might get your hands a little gluey. Some people will wear gloves because they just don't like the glue on their hands. Okay, so put the sides down, and then this part on there, and then I just flip it and try and fit it in here as best I can here. So you can go right to the bottom, or you can leave a little border. I think I'll leave a little border. There we go. So there's pocket number 1. Just make sure it's sort of pressed down. It's quite shadowy. I'm doing this in the evening and it's getting a little bit dark outside. So there's those 2 pockets. Let's do the triangle pockets. And as you can see, there's quite a line on here. I patched this because I had run out of this particular color. Wait now. Yeah. Didn't have quite enough, and I wanted to keep the same color. Another option would be to cut this out of a matching color, like one of the browns or blues, but I thought I would just go with this. Okay, so which side is the upper side? I need to remember to find out here. Oh, I see a small mistake I did here. I made one of the triangles is not an opposite. So for example, this one could go over here and be sort of longer here than it is tall, but this one is backwards, so I have to actually flip it around that way. It's not a big deal. It sometimes can look, you know, a little different. I don't think too many people will notice. Let's try burnishing it this way so that it'll be exactly the same. A shorter part here and a longer part here. Okay. So let's trim off these weird little edges. We don't need those. And there's maybe a bit of a ridge you may be able to see here. I'm just going to see if I can burnish that away. It happens just because the paper trimmer tends to make one side smoother than the other. Get that out there. That's a bit better.